This is Tyler Hansbrough, and you're listening to Locked On Tar Heels.
You are Locked On Tar Heels, your daily podcast on the UNC Tar Heels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Seth Trimble is staying in school. He's not going to the transfer portal. He's not going to the draft. Seth Trimble will play his senior year at North Carolina. And several things about that. Number one, this is what college athletics is supposed to be. Stay, develop, grow, and I mean that as a player and as a human, right? Like Coach Smith talked about that all the time. That was one of his big goals. And I was just having a conversation with somebody on Tuesday. I remember who it was, but I should probably keep them anonymous. They just don't like to have their name out there. But we were just kind of lamenting the state of things right now, where even with your opponents leaving, right? Like the Duke rivalry is still the Duke rivalry, but I feel like it's not as strong because you don't have, 4 years of Grayson Allen or 4 years of whomever to learn to hate, you love to hate them or whatever it is. But even the guys you respect, like a Shane Battier or something, I don't know, it's like, man, they were just around and you got to know them and who they were. And it just made the rivalry matter more, where both teams had multi-year guys that you really came to know. It's different now, but that's what Seth Trimble's doing. And it's cool because Carolina has had this type of player now for 4 straight years, probably even before that, but just, I have the COVID of it in my mind. So 4 teams ago was Leaky Black's 5th year. He used his COVID eligibility. Then Armando Bacot used his COVID eligibility for a 5th year. This past season, RJ Davis used his 5th year of COVID eligibility. COVID eligibility, by the way, is gone now because that RJ's class was the last one that had that. And now Seth sticks around for his last year. I think it's great, man. It's so good. I'm so happy for him to make this decision. I'm so happy for Carolina because I think it's a big win in terms of, I've been talking about the leadership that was missing last year. I think Seth could bring that, man. I think he could be the one. I would love to see more of that vocally from him. But man, there's talent and all of that kind of stuff that he can bring as well. So this really is big time for Carolina, period. Stop. It's big time for Carolina, but particularly big time the day after it was announced that Ian Jackson was entering the transfer portal, because that then means that your backcourt hangs in the precipice of being completely decimated because RJ Davis is out of eligibility. Elliot Cadeau transferred to Michigan. Ian Jackson now out the door as well. And it's like, if Seth turns pro or goes somewhere else, that's your entire backcourt you got to replace. That sounds awful and miserable. So now you've got a foundation, a bedrock, a cornerstone to start on with Seth Trimble, and you bring these other guys in like what we're talking about. I think Jonathan Powell might play the twosome coming in from West Virginia, but it's like you need more of these guys to fill out those backcourt positions. And so I think that's important. So it's important the day after Ian Jackson portals, you retain one of your backcourt guys. And also, it's not just any guy. This is a guy who played the 3rd most total minutes last year and a guy who averaged the 2nd most minutes per player last year per game. Like, those things matter and they add up. And those are the teams you see winning championships, not Duke, not other freshman-led teams. It's senior experienced teams like Houston and Florida. That's who was standing on championship Monday night. Let's get to some of Seth's numbers. Just kind of look inside it a little bit. The storyline so much of the season about Seth leading the team in rebounding. Van Allen Lubin actually bested him to lead. Van Allen was 5.5 boards a game, and Elliot, good grief, no. Seth had 5 rebounds a game, so just behind him. But Seth was legitimately second to Van Allen Lubin in both rebounds per game and total rebounds. Like, that's crazy. Please do not let that be the case again this year. We want Seth to be up there. We need Seth rebounding because of his athleticism and everything he does, but he should not be that high. Should not be that high, plain and simple. Seth's numbers last year, 11.6 points. That was 3rd on the team. 5 boards. Again, that was second on the team. 1.3 assists. That's third on the team. 1.4 steals. That led the team. 28.6% from 3. Like, we got to call out that hole in the game. That was the lowest of any Tar Heel that made a 3 last year or attempted a 3. But on the flip side, Seth Trimble, 82.1% from the free throw line last year. That was second and only second because RJ's absurd. As a reminder, in Seth's first year in Chapel Hill, he shot 54.8% from the free throw line. Last year, his sophomore year, 66.7%, all the way up to 82.1%. That is a come up. And when you combine that with the 3-point numbers, right? You look at the 3-point numbers and say 26.6%. That's bad. That's barely making more than 1 out of every 4. Got to be better than that. But here's the thing. It is worth noting that if you go back to the moment Seth got injured this year and missed, 4 games? 3 games? 3 games. In the games before he got injured, Seth, on the season, was shooting 38.5% from beyond the arc. Now, it wasn't a crazy high volume at that point, or crazy high sample size, but it was 12 games. That's enough. But then it was just like it was gone, more or less, when Seth came back and then wound up shooting 26.6% from beyond the arc. That's not good enough. And Seth knows that, man. He knows that more than you and I do. And so he's in the lab right now. I can almost guarantee it, working on his shot day after day after day to get whatever that was back. And by the way, that 38.5% in the first 12 games was coming off a season, his sophomore year, where he shot season long 41.9%. So it's in there with him, but it's got to be something he continues to progress in. That's the Seth Trimble of it, man. I'm so excited that he's back. I just think it adds so much to this team. This is great news for the Tar Heels. It's great news for college basketball. We should be celebrating seniors who have spent their entire career at one school. Not that the others are doing it wrong, but man, this is a special and unique thing in this day and age. So I really appreciate that. So, next, in terms of announcements, we watch for Van Allen Lubin. We watch for Drake Powell. What's going to happen there? Drake was in Seth's comments on his announcement that he was staying. Seth was writing back saying, hey, I need you to stay another year, all that. So I don't know. Is that something? It's probably not. But I was paying attention to it.